We should do the story of the day.
Yeah, I love this one. And having Bill in here for this one,
Well,
you know.
Bill, it's a Boston legend.
Okay.
Ted Williams is back in the
Ted
news.
Williams story that I
So
read
is he
in the
alive now?
paper.
Did they screw his head onto
Well,
a unfrozen torso?
It involves his head.
Last we left Ted Williams, his head was just frozen.
When
Upside
last
down.
we left you.
Upside down.
For some reason, it's upside down.
Yes.
So it doesn't leak out.
Yeah.
Oh,
It's like a pumpkin.
Yeah, you don't want all the juices leaking out of the neck.
they put a handle on the bottom like one of those kettlebells you work out with.
This is a horrible
They
story.
might as well have, Bill, because they're doing some horrendous things to the head, to Ted Williams' head.
Ted Williams' head.
Where's the story? And I don't have it in front of me.
Oh, my God. I don't have it in front of me,
But
but I
you got it?
read the whole fucking thing.
Okay, listen to this. This is what's going on with Ted Williams.
Apparently, well, we all remember back in the day when Ted Williams died, there was a lot of controversy because his son said
Fuckhead that he is.
Yeah, fuckhead that, well, he's dead now, too. And I think they froze him. He died of leukemia, Ted Williams' son.
And they died. They
I
froze
think they froze
too?
him, too. I think they did. Well, anyway, he said that Ted wanted to be frozen, cryogenically frozen, so that if a cure for whatever ailed him, death, ever came around way in the future, they could take his brain and somehow reanimate him in some way, shape, or form. That's why they only saved his head.
Which I all thought was ridiculous until about 2 weeks ago. But continue.
All right.
There you go.
Please hold that fucking Bill Burr thought.
Oh, because I
wanna
thought
hear
it was the
that.
dumbest thing I ever heard in my life. But
It
continue.
is.
Continue.
Well,
But-
I think we should hear Bill first.
All right.
Yeah, a little bit about
this
it.
website.
Because this is what you're hoping is going to happen to your head. And then Ant will explain what happened to Ted's head.
Yeah.
It's a
Okay.
little different.
All right.
Awesome. Okay. Well, most of my conspiracy theory obviously is based on losers on Wikipedia and YouTube.
Well, that's true.
There's actually a website, TED.com, where they have actual like science.
TED.com.
They actually have like real scientists and like they have all kinds of different things like what's going to be in like the future, like literally like you know whatever, like your iPhone.
Yeah.
Some of the computer graphics. This guy's like moving stuff around, and all these tech geeks are like, oh my god, freaking out. But then they have some of these medical things, and they showed this whole thing where like when you're like a baby and like a baby, and she had a baby, man, and the there's two words, lady, and baby. I can't say without doing either impression. But like when the baby's first trimester, if somehow it loses a limb, you have the ability to regrow an entire limb.
Really?
Evidently, like a fucking gnat. And also a newborn baby, if the tip of its finger gets accidentally cut off, I don't know how the fuck it would, but in the first like 6 months, it will regrow nail and all.
Yeah,
but then,
is that proof of this?
Cannot believe that.
Yeah, dude, you think? Look at me. I have no medical background. I'll show you the video. I'll find it during the break. So basically, they're trying to tap into being able to turn that back on in your body, and basically talking about being able to regenerate all organs. I'm too stupid to explain it, but I was looking at this and I was like, you know what? If this is basically saying if you had enough money that when you were 90 years old, like a car, you could do a body off restoration of yourself and just reattach it. You could essentially, I'm not going to say live forever, but you could definitely get another 60 years. I don't know what they do about
Get
the
another
bones.
life or so out of you.
Or the skin.
Yeah,
No.
They could redo the skin,
shit
too?
they are working on.
Fuck.
Yeah, they were taking like all that stem cell stuff, and they were talking about how people who usually have like a colostomy bag, like they grew like another like a
piece of intestine.
Yeah, it was unbelievable.
Stephen S. writes,
right.
then why doesn't a baby's foreskin grow back, Bill?
Oh, that's easily explained by someone with a medical background. I have no idea. How the fuck would I know that? Dude, this guy, he had the lab coat on. He had a stethoscope.
All right.
Dude, have you guys been trashing those assholes who go on Oprah and they're still in their scrubs?
Oh, yeah.
Do you have any idea what
I saw that yesterday,
Why?
matter of fact.
Why?
Do you understand that if you actually have scrubs and you're doing any sort of surgery, the amount of blood spatter that is on those fucking things, they're disgusting.
It's not neat.
It's just TV scrubs, though, man.
Yeah.
Yep.
They're all scrubbed up.
They're all scrubbed
Cleaned
nice.
up, right out of the laundry.
Because
Yeah,
you got to
ready to
know
go.
that.
We just
you're-
ironed this.
You
Put
got to
it
know
on.
you're listening to a doctor.
Yeah, if you're a construction worker, you walk out with a hammer on your belt. Just the fact that you can actually intelligently talk about construction, I should know that, right? Do you have to come out there like an iced coffee?
Yes, you
Anybody
do.
else want to add some to this hilarity?
No.
Sorry.
Well,
So I'm thinking,
right.
who the hell knows? Maybe they could actually, come to divine. There's some sort of corkscrew, and they could screw Ted Williams' frozen head on.
Head on it.
I would just love to watch that hose he thaws out, and then I'll just. That's what I was saying.
Yeah.
2120. There's a black guy president. Wow. What the fuck is going on?
Ted Williams.
That's some nice thoughts, Bill, but this is what is really happening with the head that was frozen.
Oh, I didn't have my finger on the pulse.
Quite. You're kind of there.
In theory, it's nice.
Freezing the whole body takes a lot. Some people do that, but this particular method is just freezing the head, hoping that sometime in the future you could take the brain and somehow reanimate it and put it into something. It's got to be so far in the future that it's stuff we don't even understand. So that's what they're waiting for. But this place didn't seem to be the best place to do this. First of all, they just found out like little things, like around these cryogenic tanks are just boxes and garbage and junk piled up, files, like and those big cardboard things with files in them. They're just stacked up next to the cryogenic freezer. You picture this sterile environment looking like the future? No, it's a warehouse, and they're just throwing shit in. Where we need some room, fucking put it next to Ted Williams.
Every now and again, the power goes off. Oh.
Yeah. And it's supposed to have all kinds of backup generators. This thing is supposed to keep running.
Everything's fine. What's he going to die again? Everything's fine. Everything is fine.
It's fine. Don't worry
Put
about
those
it.
files by Ted's head.
Yeah, put it by Ted's head. And it's supposed to, the power is supposed to be uninterrupted for like 2,000 years. To this place, because once the power goes out and they thaw, that's it.
Yeah.
So one bad storm, and there goes that idea.
But the freezing
Someone hit the
also
telephone
fucks
pole.
shit up.
Dude, one divorce by the right guy in the company.
Yeah. They also say the freezing itself fucks up the tissue. But they're hoping in the future.
It's like ice cream.
Yeah,
He's
bad
got
ice cream.
that.
You got that freezer burn.
You get freezer burn in the brain. Ted's got
Doesn't
freezer
taste
burn.
right.
So what happened was they used they said some kind of archaic tools and method to remove Ted's head.
Hammer and chisel.
So it wasn't.
Now, they sawed that right off. There had to be a saw.
It had to be just a saw, a hacksaw from like fucking the hardware store, Ace Hardware.
Oh, they're saying when they took it from his body.
When they initially took it off his body, they just cut it off with some archaic method. They said. So it could have been anything, like a pocket knife, a fucking buck knife.
It has to be an archaic method. There's no new method to remove a head.
Yeah, remove a head. But you would think, again, this place being this futuristic, we will cryogenically freeze you and you will be reanimated in the future. You think like they're using a laser to take your head off.
Some horrific scene.
That's just some guy make a minimum wage with a hatchet.
Yeah, blood splattering on the walls.
That truly is one of the great scams. I always wanted to meet these guys who make $1 million off like those 1995. Just go drinking with them because after a couple drinks they just start laughing.
Yeah.
Like, what's that when you guys do the shuggle, whatever the hell it's called, the blanket shirt.
Oh, the
the
Snuggie.
fucking Snuggie, yeah.
Snuggie.
Yeah, the
Snuggle.
Snuggie's back. Shovel.
That went away fast.
Well, no, there's new Snuggies out now. Designer Snuggies. Yeah, different patterns.
Oh,
now you
thank
can get
God.
a Snuggie
Different
that's
colors? Thank
leopard
you.
skin and things like that. Oh, yeah, they look great. Look at that fucking thing. It's a blanket, asshole. It's a
They
sweater.
have that on American Airlines. It's one
Do
of those
they?
airline awful.
Ugh, I'd love to see those floating in the ocean in some fucking burning wreckage.
Jesus
With
Christ.
one lone
them.
suitcase.
Snuggie and some sneakers.
So what were they doing to Ted's head?
Yeah, so they took Ted's head off, and then they freeze it. Now, for some reason, they embed microphones into his head, into the skull, and then they dip it into some kind of liquid nitrogen and bring the temperature down to minus 320 degrees. They heard on the microphones Ted Williams' brain cracking 16 times. There's a recording of his brain cracking
Yeah, it swelled
16 times.
just like an ice cube.
It's
like
like anything else. Yeah, you ever put ice in a warm drink and it just goes? That's what happened to Ted's
This is the
head.
reality, Bill.
You're going to wake up with a severe headache. Oh, my fucking head's killing me.
Yeah,
It gets way worse than
then
this.
they put him.
Listen to this.
Then they put him into the cryogenic head freezing compartment, which. You can't just lay his round head in the thing because then it would kind of tip over and lean on the side. It's
prop it
not
up
supposed to
with the
touch
chunky
the
monkey.
casing. What they propped it up with, they put the top of his head and rested it like a golf ball on a tee on a bumblebee tuna fish can. That is what Ted Williams' head
Bill's getting depressed.
was sitting
great.
on. And I guess for
They couldn't
some
find
reason,
anything better.
You're going to
you would
wake
think
up
there'd be
hungry.
some
kind of pedestal.
Tungsten. It's made of tungsten, so it doesn't damage something. Platinum. Something so the price is justified. It's an empty bumblebee
Get one
tuna
of those
fish
trophy bases with that
Yeah.
little cheesy piece of velvet.
Exactly, something. But they put it in a tuna fish can. Then at some point they needed to take his head out. I don't even think they needed to. I think some people were taking pictures with his head. Yes, some people that worked there were taking photographs with Ted Williams' frozen head.
How bad do you want to see one of those pictures?
Oh, yeah,
I know,
definitely.
come on. So then they had to do something about the tuna fish can because it was now stuck to the top of Ted's head. So one of the employees...
That's when they turn his head back on.
they-
You gotta wait till it melts.
Hi.
I always look for the slider.
So
Today can't hit to
stuck
the
his
opposite
head.
field.
And they store him upside down, neck up. That's wrong, too.
Yeah, well, they have to because it would leak out. Opie's right. It would be frozen.
Yeah,
you don't want it to rest on the
seal that
neck.
with something.
But it's
Keep
on
thinking
the,
pumpkin.
It's on the top of his head. Now he's got a bumblebee tuna fish hat on his head. So they got to remove the bumblebee tuna fish thing. So one of the employees grabs a monkey wrench and starts swinging at this tuna fish can,
misses.
Smacks his 317-degree below zero face, where now pieces crack off of his face and fly across the room.
His nose went across the room.
Yeah, something he missed with a monkey wrench and hit a frozen fucking solid head. It cracked.
Why don't we go there and just steal his head?
It
and do the right thing for him.
And apparently they put it back in and froze him up again. But they're just allegations of grave improprieties.
All they have to say to them is say, listen, by the time we unfreeze this guy, if the technology exists to screw this guy's head back onto some other torso, you think his nose being detached is really going to be a fucking problem?
It'll be nothing. They'll be able to put a new nose on. Where's the Mick? I want to talk to the Mick. What year is it? Holy shit. He fucking...
All right. Yeah, he's done. He's finished.
He's done. I guess the future thing is that they think they could grab the essence of who you are out of your brain and completely put it in some kind of automated thing, automaton, or maybe some cloned thing. But you're not actually going to be using the head and brain that is now cracked like a fucking ice cube.
They might as well just use the bust they have of him in the Hall of Fame at this point. Yeah, try to reattach that to a body.
They should just take some brain tissue maybe and freeze it and then hope they can then clone you, and by having some of your brain...
this fucking place needs to be shut down.
Here's an idea. Just bury you. It's over.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, there you go.
It's a new thought.
Yeah.
Just fucking, who wants to come back to this mess? It's a fucking mess. Just die already.
Is that? Yeah, that's pretty much it. They took the rest of his body and
Plus, that is kind of selfish for him to want to come back. It's like, really, you didn't get enough out of life. One of the greatest hitters of all time. You played a sport.
War hero.
War hero. How much pussy do you think you got on the road?
Oh, please. Yeah.
Was it his idea to come back? Or was it his family?
That's just it. His son.
I think it was his son.
His son had that will that was all like fucking scrawled out on a napkin.
Why'd they need that tuna can off his head? What was the deal?
I don't know. For some reason, they needed that tuna can off. Maybe like people were coming by to inspect something. It's like, ooh, we got to get the real piece here. I don't think we could use this tuna can. They're going to be very upset.
Maybe the family was coming by for Father's Day. So they want to make sure he was
like
presentable.
Fucking fishy smelling hair.
Why'd you leave the label on? We could have told him when you look through the ice, you can actually see it.
Yeah,
Did I say Starkist?
My dad's head resting in a tuna fish can. How much do I pay?